Hey there, Aries. Got a lot of Aries clients. So, Aries, the one thing, first of all, this is the Rider Waite. The one thing with you, remember, is that Saturn is in your 12th house, but Saturn is your house of career. So, you've got Jupiter also in your third house, especially Aries ascendant, Aries anyway. So, we're going to just sort of take a look at, you got traveling here back and forth. Got somebody very sneaky in here. Just be careful with yourself again in regards to what you say. I've seen this in every reading today. I think one of the big things about this week ahead is that term less is more. Meaning when somebody starts to talk to us about, hey, how are things going with such and such? Right away, Aries, zip, you change the subject. Everything's fabulous, change the subject. This here has to do with this aspect about juggling, giving and taking, going back and forth, going away, coming back. Sometimes, it's cottage time still, not for long. We've only got a month of it. But you've got that. Then you've got this economic and financial beginning. This can be very good. I said that to a lot of Aries about how that the energy was going to really, really, really intensify in regards to the opportunities that present themselves as we got through the later part of August. See, as soon as we get out of this Mercury retrograde, which is the 28th, even with Jupiter moving backward, Mercury moving backward into Leo, it's actually quite advantageous to figure out, okay, this is the perspective, this is what I now need to work on. So you got a little bit of that going on. This here again has to do with this sneaky energy. Sadly enough, sometimes people, they're not fulfilled in their own experience, and they find that by way of reiterating, going back and forth, they're gaining brownie points. Oftentimes that begins in childhood. It begins in childhood that if such and such brings you information, that it aids you. And I was told off about that very young. I was very young and my grandmother had no use for that. And it was made very clear, that you keep things to yourself. And in this reading, this is one of the big things, is that you don't need anybody vying for you. If you remember the movie Devil Wore Prada, when she kept whispering back out of both sides of her face, I thought that was very poignant in regards to the crass element of humanity. We don't need to be doing that. We don't need to be judging someone based upon religious philosophy. We can become angry in regards to the fact that they're not meeting halfway or they're not working with us. But we don't need to necessarily go out and spread it all over the place, because all that's going to do in the end is actually come back on us. Remember, what you do does come back. People don't believe that. You're not getting off this world alive. So Aries, get away from that garbage. It's a waste of time. You have so much going for you. You have success in here. You have this element about maternal, about being respected. This could have a lot to do too with the fact that you actually are mothering, whether you're a guy or a girl, you're mothering in the station. People are looking to you to be a leader. And you don't need to get caught up in the small shit. It's a waste of time. And I've had Aries come in for readings, and I've tried to explain this till I'm purple. And some of them get it, and most of them don't. And you have to be able to step back and sit for a minute. Think, I'm going to think about this now that we're in this retrograde. I'm not going to act on it, I'm going to think about it. Your outcome here again is pondering. See, this is also going over. I would say take your time with things. Be very, very aware of all that's going on around you. But other than that, that's it. I wish you guys all the best. If you're interested in a personal read, I'm around. And all that information's on my channel here, my page. And just pay attention to this energy. Pay attention to that full moon that's coming. Pay attention to Saturn, Jupiter, the later part of the week. 15th, 16th, they're tough days. So we all have to just be aware. We'll probably hear tons and tons on the news, I'm sure. Anyway, cheers. Have a good day.